Tonight, first on Fox Toledo News at 10.
Team Fox coverage on the search for a group of missing swimmers in Lake Erie. They were trying to rescue a drowning friend when they were pulled under. The latest from the scene.
I'm Tamika Artis, straight ahead and exclusive on the drownings at Nickel Plate Beach. We speak to the father of one of the victims who is now being hailed as a hero.
And incredible pictures tonight off the satellites. A gigantic mansion goes up in flames. You won't believe how many firefighters it took to actually get this monster under control.
A home on Toledo's north side gutted by flames, but there is a hero. I'm Autumn Ziemba, and coming up, you'll be surprised to find out who it is.
I'm Dave Bondi. An area man walked into a store with a knapsack like this, but was told he had to get rid of it. Well, tonight he's fighting back, and we have his story.
Then, if you like this cool, comfortable weather, get used to it. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff George, and I'll have the details, the storm tracker weather.
Plus, the Cleveland Indians are going to be looking for a new manager. I'll tell you why. I'm Brad Fanning. Also in Hardcore Sports tonight, perfection on day one of the Jamie Farr Kroger Classic. We got a full report ahead.
Good evening. All that and the latest on the City of Toledo's fight against adult entertainment.
It's all first right here on Fox Toledo News at 10.
Fox Toledo News at 10 begins right now.
4 men disappeared into the choppy waters of Lake Erie. Ironically, they were trying to save a swimmer who had just gone under. She was rescued, but they are still missing. Tonight, the latest on the search.
We hope that by some miracle they did make it and they're ashore someplace.
And we talked to family members who are praying for their missing loved ones.
I tried to get mad at God last night, and all I could find myself saying was, Father, thank you for the 21 years you gave me.
A rough day for those people and for those on the water who again were forced to end their search.
Yeah, it's just been a rough day all the way around. The men disappeared yesterday and presumed drowned. They gave up their own lives to save a friend. It all happened in Huron, just east of Sandusky on Lake Erie. We have Team Fox coverage tonight. The search is first on Fox Toledo News. Fox News reporter Kevin Freeman is in Huron with the very latest on the search.
The scene along Lake Erie is deceiving. A beautiful view, an ugly mood.
We were glad, that none of us were involved in it, but yet it happens on your beach. So, and you have sympathy for the families.
Residents near Nickel Plate Beach in Huron watch and wait. Wednesday afternoon, 4 men jumped into the lake to save another friend, 22-year-old Amy Anderson, who was having trouble in the rough water. Huron firefighters Monty Tapp and Captain Otis Bronner saved her. The men were never seen again.
Nobody had known that them guys had even drowned at that particular time. They didn't have a clue.
Around 7:30 a.m., rescue teams tried to brave the choppy waters while a Coast Guard helicopter flew overhead. Meanwhile, relatives of some of the missing looked on. But after an hour of searching, they called it quits.
To watch the waves and wind conditions and just wait until they get down a reasonable depth or a reasonable height, and then we can start our operation again.
The missing swimmers are 21-year-old Matthew Smith, an athlete, a hurdler, 29-year-old Kyle Krebs, an Eagle Scout, both from Findlay. Also missing is 18-year-old Jared Smith of Sandusky and 27-year-old Stephen Kupek of Pennsylvania. He's engaged to the woman who was rescued. Last week, before this even all happened, the Department of Parks and Recreation met to try to figure out ways to improve safety at this beach after a near drowning here on Friday. Well, on Monday, the fire chief, the head of the Department of Parks and Rec, and the city manager will meet again to improve safety even more. That could include closing this part of the beach down altogether when conditions become this bad. Kevin Freeman, Fox Toledo News.
And most of the missing swimmers were from this very area. Tonight, the father of one of the victims tells us that he's come to grips with his son's death. His story is only on Fox Toledo News tonight. Fox Toledo's Tamika Artis continues our Team Fox coverage live from the news desk. Tamika, a tough night.
Yes, Ryan. Well, as you can imagine, this has been a difficult day for the family of the 4 victims. Earlier today, Frank Smith granted us an exclusive interview from his home in Kenton. He says he wants the world to know what an amazing human being his son truly was.
Informed me that his day off was yesterday and that he was going to go up to the lake, to the beach with some friends. And I just told him to be careful and that I loved him.
And those were the last words Frank Smith spoke to his son Matthew, a 21-year-old champion runner from Liberty Benton, a young man with a bright future and his father's pride and joy.
He had an incredible sense of humor. He was the type of person that made everybody laugh.
And now this father must come to grips with the fact he may never see his son smile again. Matthew and 3 others are believed to have drowned yesterday in Lake Erie while trying to rescue a friend.
I'm sure what went through his mind was that she needs help and I'm going to help her.
Matthew, a star athlete, had mastered the basketball court, even track and field, but he was no match for the 6-foot waves and strong currents that pummeled Nickel Plate Beach yesterday and today.
I tried to get mad at God last night, and all I could find myself saying was, Father, thank you for the 21 years you gave me.
Frank says his strong faith in God is what's helping him deal with the pain.
Oh, Sue, look what I just found.
And he's finding some solace knowing though Matthew may be gone, his memories are as close as these old photographs, trophies, and plaques. But Frank says he's never been prouder of his son than he is right now.
I referred to the fact that his greatest achievement was his state hurdle championship. And she says, no, his greatest achievement was yesterday.
Just like his son, Frank Smith is not thinking of himself, but of Amy Renee Anderson tonight, the woman who was rescued. Though he hasn't heard from her or her family tonight, he says he wants her to know he doesn't blame her for what happened. Live from the news desk, Tamika Artist, Fox Toledo News.
3 Toledo adult entertainment clubs have been ordered to close their doors. Club Ecstasy on Lewis Avenue, Club Chablis on North Detroit, and nearby Hot Shots are being accused of zoning violations. Police vice officers say they observed dancers in the clubs performing topless and in some cases completely nude. The city says the zoning there only allows for clothed go-go dancers. The clubs can appeal the shutdown order.
Tonight we have the identity of the man police arrested for the deadly Fostoria fire. Benjamin Greeno was in court today facing his charges. I told you yesterday that police arrested the 25-year-old Fostoria man for the deaths of 2 people from last week's fire. Investigators tell us Greeno intentionally torched the building. He's in a Seneca County jail on a $1 million bond.
A couple of Toledoans are very lucky tonight. Fire ripped through their boarding house while they were sleeping inside today. And you won't believe who saved them. It happened on Baker Street on Toledo's north side. That's where our Autumn Ziemba is on the scene tonight with the story. Autumn?
Laura, it all happened at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. You can see all the burnt furniture here behind me at this house. It erupted in flames with 2 people asleep inside. Luckily, someone was looking out for them.
I saw smoke. I called to go get my mom, and so she said, I don't see no smoke, and so I said, there's smoke, Mom, just look.
Smoke indeed, and where there was smoke, there was fire.
And so I said, Mom, you better go over there and bang on the door, so she did, and I dialed 911 again, and I told him.
And I heard her screaming. My daughter says the house is on fire, and I heard my neighbor's voice. That's when I really woke up.
Pearlie Brown and another tenant of this boarding house were both asleep inside the burning building. Thanks to 9-year-old neighbor Faith Larkham, they escaped without injury. Now burnt possessions are all that's left of this home, but if it hadn't been for a 9-year-old hero, investigators say things could have been so much worse.
This would have happened at night. There was no smoke detectors to alert them, and we could have had a couple casualties here.
What they did have was a smoke detector by a different name.
The little girl was my angel.
And she's feeling pretty proud about that.
Well, it just all happened when I told my mom, and so I'm a hero because I saved that lady's life when nobody else was there.
Well, that's because you are a hero, Faith. Now, investigators aren't sure just what caused the fire just yet. They're going to be back out here to research that a little bit more. Police do say, however, there was not a working smoke detector in the home at the time. On the scene in Toledo, Autumn Ziemba, Fox Toledo News.
Tonight, local police need your help to catch a robber. His violent crime was caught on tape. The man rushed into this Super America carryout on a Lexus and Jackman in North Toledo. Police say the gunman demanded cash and even told the clerk to hurry up or he'd shoot. He got the money and ran off with a partner on a Lexus toward Jackman to a waiting getaway car. If he looks familiar, call Crime Stopper at 255-1111.
A feud within the Tony Pacco's restaurant family has a sister taking her brother to court. The children of the restaurant's founder are in a fight over who's in charge. The suit, filed by Nancy Paco Horvath, asks for $500,000 from her brother, Tony Jr., along with retraction of a memo stating that she's not an executive or an employee of the company. In addition to the original East Toledo location, the business includes other smaller restaurants and the sale of food items in grocery stores.
Tonight, there are a lot of people nursing their sunburns. That's because they enjoyed the first day of the Jamie Farr LPGA tournament.
She is a three-time winner of the Jamie Farr Kroger Classic. Please say hello to Sayri Pak.
And she teed off today at the Jamie Farr Kroger Classic in Sylvania. Sayri and the rest of the pro golfers were greeted by several thousand spectators. Tournament officials tell us it's the best first day attendance ever. It also didn't hurt that they allowed senior citizens in free today. Coming up later in Hardcore Sports, we were the only station to capture the first hole-in-one of the tournament. And we'll let you know who's leading after round one. All that a little later in Hardcore Sports.
Well, I hope you're ready for another mild day today, because that's what you got. Feeling pretty good right now. Temperature is sitting at 69 degrees under partly cloudy skies. 53 super cool degrees will be the overnight low. We'll keep those partly cloudy skies all night and all day tomorrow. So if you're headed out to the Jamie Farr, take your sunglasses and sunscreen, or you wish you did. The forecast shows a high tomorrow of 81 degrees. We'll take a closer look at the weekend for the Jamie Farr and Storm Tracker weather.
Coming up on Fox Toledo News, take a look at this. Firefighters had a lot of trouble fighting these flames. Find out what was fueling them.
And new developments tonight in the case of a missing Utah teen. Police finally filed charges in the case. You're getting the news first right here on Fox Toledo News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Tom Dent.
Hey, baby.
What?
It's your appetite. We want Arby's new Market Fresh Ultimate BLT.
Oh, yeah.
With bread so soft.
Yum, yum.
All that peppery bacon.
Arby's new Market Fresh Ultimate BLT.
I like this new guy.
Give in to your grown-up tastes.
On the next Thrill Chaser.
Whoa. Huge. Hey, where'd Kelly go? She check it out?
Not exactly. Wicked Twister, Cedar Point's newest and 15th coaster. And we've got a lot more, like Millennium Force, Magnum, Raptor, and Mantis, that are pretty wicked, too. Cedar Point, feel the fun. Head to Mike to save $10 on weekday and $5 on weekend tickets.
Fox Toledo News continues in 1 minute.